Hey guys, it's Phil Graham here. Welcome to the Fitness Entrepreneur Show. Today I want to talk about what it really takes to build a six-figure online fitness business. And I want to distill this show down to the very four things that you need to constantly stay focused on in order to grow your business to that level. Now, let's get a couple of things straight. I don't know what your goal is, but safe to say you want to impact more people, you want to make more money, and ultimately you want to have more freedom. Building a business to six figures is a representation of a business that serves a lot of people, that provides a ton of value. And if you can sustain six figures, it gives a really clear indication that you've set a business up properly. That means that it can continue to deliver value without you having to be there all the time. And you've created a community, you've created a tribe, and ultimately a brand that feeds itself. You've got to realize that a great business is built on great brand reputation. That comes from getting your clients quality results, having messaging that's super dialed in and sharp and clear for a very select proportion of the market. One of the biggest challenges that I see is a lot of fitness professionals try to work with everyone and anyone. And I've said it before, the more variety that you have in your business, the more instability that you're going to have. Just think about it. If you work with males and you get the odd female reaching out every now and again that has got a problem that you know you can solve and you know you can charge for, you end up taking somebody into your program that is misaligned with everyone else in there. They require special attention, they require different language to be communicated, and they also require different systems and programs in order to help them facilitate and get the result they want. So you've got to realize that the more variety that you have in the business, the more instability that it will have. On top of that, a lot of entrepreneurs get caught up in marketing tactics. They see people doing 5-day challenges, they see people doing free groups, and they jump from one course to another, one tactic to another. And as a result of that, they're never giving anything a fair test. It's just like your clients starting with you, trying a ton of different diets or a ton of different supplements and not getting the result. On top of that, you've got to realize that without vision, without setting a very clear target of where you want to be in a year and where you want to be in 3 years and the character that you need to become in order to achieve those goals, if you don't have clarity on all three of those factors, you're going to end up second guessing yourself. You're going to end up getting complacent. You're going to end up bored. You're going to end up procrastinating. One of the biggest challenges that I see is so many fitness professionals don't have a vision. They're not clear on where they want to go. And you know what? You're not going to know exactly where you're going to be in 3 years' time, but you can paint a picture in your mind of what you would love to have and what kind of person you would need to be in order to grow into that. So I want to talk about the four things that you need to narrow your focus down. And these are really, really simple to understand. And I talk about these quite a lot inside my programs, Growth Kit, Authority Network, and also Power, which is my mastermind for six-figure fitness entrepreneurs. But it's really, really simple. The first thing that you need to focus on is identity. Who you are as a person. What is your role? What is your meaning on this earth? And that's very closely linked to your vision. Who do you really want to become? Who would you love to become? And what would you love to be doing with your life? Get really clear on what that would look like, whether it's in a year or 3 years, but paint that picture in your mind. And get clear on what you would want to do with your day, what you would want to do with your life, like the kind of things that you would do as soon as you wake up, what you would do with your day, what you would do with your family, what you would do with your business, how you would make money. Get into crystal clear detail of what you would like. And then ask yourself, what kind of person would I need to become in order to achieve all of that? So what kind of traits would you need to develop or strengthen that you currently aren't doing now? Do you need to become a straight talker? Do you need to manage your time better? Do you need to express yourself more? Do you need to be more consistent? Do you need to be more disciplined? Do you need to add in more patience? Get mindful on it, because when you get clear on the vision of where you want to go, the end targets seem attractive. The wealth, the free time, the leadership, the recognition, the status, but it's the journey towards that goal that ultimately is the most important. That is ultimately the recipe that builds your identity. And your identity is grounded on two things: how you see yourself as an individual and how you feel the world sees you. And if you haven't got a vision, you're not going to be clear on the person that you need to become in order to achieve that vision. And also as well, if you're not actively living towards that vision, you're not going to develop the characters and the characteristics and the traits that you need to achieve that vision. And as a result, you're not going to be known by the public or the people around you for the character that you want to become. So I really want you to get clear on identity. Who are you? What is your purpose in this world? Why are you here? The second thing is booking sales calls, marketing, attracting leads. And like I said, you've got to be very specific as to who you want to work with. Who do you take from worst to first? This is bare basic marketing stuff, but it's stuff that is not covered enough. It's stuff that personal trainers, online coaches do not take enough time to sit down and evaluate every single quarter. Your market's challenges have changed since 2020, the start of 2020 to the start of 2021. There is a new norm. If you've been hiding under a rock, you'll know that the world's changed a lot in the last year. And people's perception of their problems has heightened. They need leadership. They're craving certainty. They're craving process. People are bored. They're sitting at home. They're drinking more alcohol. Their problems have worsened. So it's really important that you make yourself relevant and your language relevant towards those problems. No one really cares about how intelligent you are. All they care about is whether or not you understand them, whether you empathize with their problems, you've been where they are, and you know where they want to go, and you can give them a believable process to get there. So please understand that you must put effort into booking sales calls. Why do I talk about sales calls versus a website, et cetera, et cetera? Well, let me break it down. If you're going to be selling a high price program, maybe something over $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, some of our clients charge as much as $5,000 for their programs. You're going to be able to articulate that better over a phone call. You're also going to want to vet the client beforehand and not just let everyone and anyone in. So there are many advantages to sales calls. Now, you most certainly can use a standard website where it's a click here and buy button, but the reality is you're going to need a proper copywriter to write it out. You can only charge up to a certain threshold or price point before people start going, that's too expensive. I don't know what I'm getting into. And a call, quite frankly, for individuals like yourselves that are building your brands, growing your brands, and don't have a ton of market trust, a call is a really worthwhile venture in order to get somebody on a phone, determine their problems, determine their outcomes, determine whether you can help, and lay out the process for them. The next thing that you need to do is doing sales calls. I'm just going to make this really simple. The more sales calls you do, the greater opportunity you have to grow your wealth. Why? Because you've got greater opportunities to close people in and get the money that you're after. It's as simple as that. So getting people booked in for sales calls is paramount. Doing those sales calls is paramount. And make sure that if you've got somebody else in the industry that's selling something similar to what you're doing, that you've got role plays that you can practice. If you're doing sales calls, make sure that you record them, listen to them back, look at where the energy went wrong on the call, look at just the flow of the conversation. Did it sound awkward? Was it too long? Did you coach more on the call rather than talk about the transformation and get really clear on it? So auditing yourself and looking at your own sales calls is very important. And then the last thing, guys, this is really simple. It's delivering a great service, making sure that your clients are happy, making sure that from the moment that they pay, that they are looked after, that their expectations are met, and that you wow them within the first 30 days. And that is going to cement clients into your program and have them stay there for life and refer. You've got to realize that you could double your business with one referral from every client. Think about that for a moment. Think about your revenue right now. Double it. You would double it if you got one referral from every client. And your service should be designed in such a way that it is engineered to get referrals. If it's designed in that way, it's designed with customer service in mind. And as a result of that, the result in mind. The client doesn't care about anything else other than the result. Please get that into your head. That is super important. So your service must be geared towards getting that result, the right touch points, the right level of information, not overwhelming, getting the whelm just right. And also as well, making sure that you're keeping your clients accountable, telling them stuff that they need to hear, not what they want to hear, calling them out when they're not performing, when they're making excuses. This is all part and parcel of building and running a great business. And you know what? It's the tiny little behaviors that revolve around these 4 core factors every single day that are going to build your 6-figure business. So that's all I want to share today. If that's been useful, please ping me a message on Instagram saying podcast. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to chat with you about your business. And if you ever want help in growing your business to 6 figures, I don't think you'll find anybody else inside the industry that has helped as many online coaches and personal trainers take their business, take it online, and grow to 6 figures. We do that week in, week out. I'd love you to join us. Please go over to phil-graham.com, check us out, and see all the programs that we have to offer. Take care and Happy New Year.